Hello everyone, it's Brett here, Lionheart84. So today is the day that I'm going to pick my Asian or Nashi pear of the variety Shinseiki. Now, as opposed to the Hongli, which I tried on video, I think it was only yesterday, which was a very small fruit, this on the other hand has reached a very good size. It is the only one that I've got on the plant. Now, the one advantage of these Asian pears is they will hold on the tree. This might well have been ripe for a week or two, but I thought I'd leave it as long as possible. But they will hold on the tree for quite a long period of time in a sort of a ripe condition. They'll certainly hold on the tree, I would say, for 2 or 3 weeks when they're ripe at their peak. But I've put this in an organza bag to obviously try and protect it from birds, apples, etc., which it seems to have done. There's minor damage on the top, which may be a bird peck or an insect peck, but nothing too serious. And my plan is to obviously pick this in a short while, which I won't be able to easily do while I'm holding the camera, and we'll do a little taste testing. I don't think it's going to come off if I twist it. Oh, it has, perfect, so you know it's right. So there you are. You can see there's minor insect or bird damage on there. They've probably tried to get at it through the bag, I would say. But if I just put the bag down a minute, you can see that this is a really nice sized fruit. It's a lovely colour. I'm hoping it's going to be nice and juicy inside and have a pleasant taste, but we can definitely put that to the test later and try it out, and I'll the second half of the video will feature cutting this open and having a taste. So keep watching and we'll have a look at it in a minute. So we're going to continue the video now with having a look at the at my Asian pear or Nashi pear Shinseiki up close. Now this is a much more traditional round shape rather than pear shape. Now I think it's been ripe for a couple of weeks, but I left it on the tree to ripen as much as possible. Now these are one of those fruits that you can put in the fridge and they'll probably last a couple of months. They are a good storage fruit. I mean, I've only got one fruit on the tree, so it doesn't matter, but they're a fruit that you can keep. If you had a number of them, they would certainly last for several weeks. So I thought, having done the video on picking it, that we'd carry on with the second part of the video, which is cutting it open to have a look inside and have a little taste and see what this one tastes like, because I'm hoping, I had one last year as well which was attacked by birds as I didn't bag it and I had to pick it prematurely. So in the case of this one, I bagged it this year, and although there's a slight bird or insect peck there, it's minimal. The other one last year had quite a big chunk out of it. So we're going to cut it in half and have a look and see what it looks like. Now I weighed it and it was 300 grams, which is about 10.5 ounces. So that weighs at least 4 times as much as that little Hongli pear that we had in the other video. I think that was only about 70 or 80 grams, but this is 300 grams or 10.5 ounces. So we'll have a look and see what happens. I'm not sure how well we can see this because the sun's shining on in my eyes and on the camera screen. So yeah, well, I can certainly I think you can probably see it's really glistening with juice. Now it doesn't mean that it's going to taste nice because it's going to depend on the weather we've had this summer, but let's have a little taste of it and see what happens. Oh yes, that's lovely. Now that's juicy. I mean, if you haven't had an Asian pear, it's not easy to explain. They don't taste like European pears, they don't taste like apples. They have a unique taste of their own. Sometimes when you buy them in the shops, they're very bland and not very juicy, but this one fresh off the tree is really probably as nice as they get. I think it could actually be softer, so it probably could have stayed on the tree another week or so, but I think that's probably the best Asian pear I've ever had, actually. It's certainly sweeter than the shop bought ones, because they're obviously picked before they're ripe and then cold stored for a long time, but this is really, really nice. Lovely. I think you can see that glistening. If I can get a load more of these next year and pick up, you know, half a dozen fruits, and eventually as it gets bigger, because I'm only container growing these, of course they're not going to crop as heavily, but if I could end up getting 15-20 fruits off a container growing tree that tasted like this, I'd be very, very happy. Anyway, thank you for everyone who's watched the video, much appreciate it. Please remember to give it a thumbs up. Please remember to share it with anyone you think might be interested in growing Asian pears in our climate, or indeed any other climate around the world. Please do subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so already, as it's growing quite nicely now. And remember that if you click the bell, you will of course be notified of new videos as they come out, and I'll try and vary them as much as possible. So I'll catch up with you all soon. This is Brett out for now.